getting answers. This is CBS 13 News, always streaming on CBS News Sacramento.
New at 6, unearthing shopping carts and thousands of pounds of trash. A deep dive into the problems lurking in local waterways.
New at 6, it's not a business. It's not even a nonprofit. It's a completely volunteer-driven organization that dedicates their free time to cleaning up our waterways.
Yeah, the group formed 1 year ago, and as CBS 13's Kayla Moeller shows us, they've already made loads of progress, right, Kayla?
This is real hard work between homeless encampments, your everyday litterers, and the atmospheric rivers. This volunteer group has had a lot on their plate lately. They're racing to get problem areas cleared before storms roll in. But they say they do it not for aesthetic reasons, but for our ecosystem. The beautification is just a side product.
If they can't make it up Steelhead Creek, then there's no spawning.
River City Waterway Alliance is a volunteer organization that's committed to cleaning up our waterways.
Ultimately, all of this debris, the floating debris, washes down Steelhead Creek and it enters into the Sacramento River and it goes out into the Delta and out into the ocean.
And that's exactly what they're trying to prevent. Debris from homeless camps forms armored layers on the bottom of our waterways. Dr. Roland Brady, who has a PhD in geology and geophysics from UC Davis, says the most problematic debris is textiles like sleeping bags, tents, and tarps.
And that does two things. One is it prevents organisms that live in the sand and the mud at the bottom of the channel from getting down there because it can't burrow through all of this armor. And the other is it prevents oxygen from getting into the substrate during the period of high flows.
And I found over 100 shopping carts in the actual channel.
Co-founder of River City Waterway Alliance, David Ingram, says they recently pulled 112 shopping carts from the Natomas Channel. Large objects like that come with their own problems.
So a shopping cart that gets in the channel will trap debris, then plants will grow on that debris and form a little island.
And most people don't understand how bad it really is. Not necessarily so visible to the naked eye.
This is a really time-consuming job. What's behind me here is what's called a debris dam. It's stopping the water flow with propane tanks, styrofoam, plastic, and even sleeping bags. And they tell me that this little section alone can take over an hour to clean up.
We don't ever see children playing along our creeks or waterways because it's unsafe for them.
The group comes across thousands of needles and batteries in the water. But since the group formed in January last year, they've already hauled away 1.2 million pounds of garbage during 350 cleanup outings.
We want to not only restore the habitat for ecological reasons for the wildlife and the fish, but we also want to bring these parkways back so that they can be used by the residents who live here.
Another thing I found interesting that I learned from Dr. Roland Brady was that our banks are well designed to allow high waters to spread out laterally and not erode during storms like an atmospheric river. But with the amount of homeless encampments, the soil is compacted up to 5 times more than normal. So when that water rises, it has trouble infiltrating into the soil and in turn increases that risk for flooding and erosion.
Wow, that is a really interesting point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kayla, thank you. Interesting story.